Hello everyone, Chris here, and today I got a pretty fun build for you with the Wraith. As with most of my builds, this will be a completely different playstyle than most people, but that doesn't mean that this one isn't pretty damn effective. I have a knacker for falling in love with the underused add-ons and perks that no one else uses, and this will be no exception. But without delaying it, let's get right into the build. Our first perk will be Colorophobia. When survivors try to heal within your territories, they receive a 50% penalty to healing progress, and any skill checks they receive will be 50% faster. Next we have Unnerving Presence. Survivors within your territories have a 10% greater chance of triggering skill checks when repairing or healing, and skill check success zones are reduced by 60%. Third we have Sloppy Butcher. Any basic attack inflicts survivors with Hemorrhage and Mangle status effect. Hemorrhage regresses healing progress when not healing and increases the amount of blood that survivors leave behind. Mangled increases the time it takes to heal a survivor by 25%. The last perk is kind of an open slot, and many would probably want to use Distressing. Personally, I don't think that is too important, as the Wraith moves so fast while cloaked, you can easily move your territories around the map. I'm using Oppression just because I've fallen in love with that perk. When you kick a generator, up to 3 other generators also starts regressing. If any survivor is actively repairing any of those gens, they receive a difficult skill check. But as I said, this perk slot is open to whatever perk you want to bring into the match. As for the add-ons, we are using the Bone Clapper. This makes survivors unable to hear from which direction and distance your wailing bell dings. We are gonna pair this with the bread and butter of this build, the add-on that makes this build absolutely insane and evil, the Beast. With this add-on, you no longer suppress your terrorists while you are cloaked. This is one of my most favorite add-ons for Wraith, and one of the best in my opinion, but I'll talk more about that another day. So, as you can see, this build is all about making it next to impossible to heal or repair gens within your territories. This build have been very popular on Wesker, as he has a bigger territories than other killers, but I truly believe this build works even better on Wraith, as he can travel with his territories around the map at high speed while cloaked, thanks to the Beast add-on. But enough talk, let's bring this build into a match. And it wasn't until later that I found out that she had been in those bushes looking at me all summer. Anyway, so let's see if we can make this build work. And as always, I'm gonna explain the build as we go. But there's not really much to say about the build, because the build itself is fairly well known, and many people use this build on like Weskers and Doctors, and honestly they do work pretty well on those two, but I personally believe that this build works best on Wraith with some certain add-ons. I don't like how this one looked at me. Hiya! I shouldn't have judged that snowman so hard. Okay, so that is what I call oppression value, because now I know where to go next. Okay. Kate, do you have a plan? Because the tooltip clearly says that a survivor runs with a plan. So, what's the plan? Yeah. So, but yeah. As for the build itself, it's a build that is supposed to make it very hard for survivors to heal and repair gens within your territories. And that is probably why many people use it on Wesker, because he has a bigger territories than every other killer. No. But the good thing about Wraith is that he can move pretty fast while cloaked. Oh yeah. And that is why we want to use the Beast add-on. And I'm gonna say something really controversial right now. And that is that fangs are stupid. No, that's not what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, and I do believe most of you will disagree with me, and that is fine by me. I believe that Wraith is better with a Terroritus when he's cloaked than no Terroritus. No, please don't. Damn you. And yeah, that is crazy to say, but I'm gonna try to make some arguments to why I do honestly believe that. Go away. So, what is the advantage of having no Terroritus with Wraith when he's cloaked? You can say, like, you do get close to survivors without them noticing you. And in some cases, you can actually corner them, like I did now with... Ooh, nice. Let's try that again. So... Yeah, stop it. No. No. God, what is up with these survivors? I believe this one wants out of the game. That's fine. I'm gonna say, like, honestly, this happens a lot. Survivors tend to give up with this build. But yeah, my argument to why Wraith is better with a Terroritus is because of the effect it gives. First of all, how stealthy is Wraith when he is cloaked? Like, really? First of all, his growling you can hear from, like, the next town. And... no. And his shimmer is very visible. At least when survivors know that... hello? They are up against Wraith. They will be on the lookout. And his shimmer is fairly easy to see. Did I lose you, Meg? Yeah. I'm gonna get Fang instead. So... I rather take the effect... Did the Meg Fang go into a locker again? No. I'd rather take the effect of a Wraith with a Terroritus. And that effect is... confusion. Disorientation. Panic. Because I believe that hearing a killer and not seeing them is worse than not seeing them and no, I mean seeing them but not hearing them. As I said, like with this shimmer, you are kind of visible. And second, you get survivors off of gens. When they hear you coming, they will most likely try to get off the gens and hide. But since they don't know from where you are coming, then they don't know where to go. And more than often they expose themselves in the open. So you get survivors off of gens, and that is pretty damn good. Are you gonna head on me again? Yeah. Hello. So that's why I honestly believe that Wraith with a Terroritus is better. And I know that sounds weird, but the effect it gives, and you still have the speed, which is kind of his main... I will say, like, his main power is his speed while he's cloaked. Because, like, survivors, when they know it's a Wraith, they see his shimmer. This game is over so quickly, I can't even explain everything I want to explain. So, but honestly, I absolutely recommend trying out this type of Wraith. And the Beast add-on is my favorite add-on for Wraith. So I rarely play Wraith with like the standard clocking mechanism, as in no terrorists, because I don't feel it gives that much of an effect. And as long as survivors are near like pallets or windows, then you don't really gain anything, because you are so slow when you get out of cloak that they will just vault a window or drop a pallet and you're just where you started. Nia, are you gonna head on me again? Let's see if we can find her. No. Okay, so this match that you see right now, in most cases, this is how the match ends up. And maybe it's not like the most fun for survivors, but still, okay, Meg, me and you, Meg. Okay, that was the most stupidest thing I have ever done. But maybe there isn't much else to say about this build. It's evil. It makes the survivors pretty disoriented. And oh, there's a hook. Okay, so this one doesn't have a flashlight, so but yeah, as for like showcasing this build, this match was a good way of showing it, because as I said, most matches they end like this. So in some sense it's not the most fun build, but it does show like how strong Wraith can be with a Terridis. And that's kind of what I wanted to show, that give it a chance. As I say, like with all my builds that are different in a way, try them out and you will maybe be surprised of how fun it can be. So yeah, this is how most of the games go with this kind of build. And if you do this on a smaller map, damn, the survivors will have a hard time. But yeah, I recommend trying it out, and I recommend like generally just trying out different builds than what you're used to. So yeah, give it a chance and let me know how it goes. Beast add-on is I knew it! I knew I wasn't crazy!